Again, the Islamic Jihad claims they're holding 30 hostages. A senior Hamas official says that militant group is holding more than 100 people captive after the assault on Israel.
Communities impacted by the war taking to the streets of South Florida in prayer and protest. 7's Elitza Bezios continues our team coverage live in Fort Lauderdale with more. Elitza.
Olivia, we're here in Fort Lauderdale walking down Sunrise. There are rallies. Josu, go ahead and show ahead of us here what's happening. We're walking right now with a group in support of Palestine. We want to point one thing out. When we talk to the different groups of people, whether they're Israeli, whether they're Palestinian, the one message that everybody has is that the loss of innocent civilian life is not okay. With that being said, as so many know, there are two sides to this. There is a history there of back and forth between these two areas, between these two territories. And out here you can see down Sunrise here that this group here is in protest, rallying support for those in Palestine. We have one woman here. Josu, hold on one second. Explain to us right now, why come out here today? Why do this?
It's important to understand the context. This didn't just start today. Gaza has been living under siege for well over 15 years now. That means they've been controlled from land, air, and sea by Israel. No one can go and no one can come. So, I mean, you have to understand people have been living in an open air prison for far too long. It's either they live a miserable life and a slow death, or they fight for their freedom and die trying. So we have to understand this concept.
And have you talked to any family over in Palestine? What have you heard? What are they dealing with right now?
Well, Israel cut off electricity, so a lot of people can't reach their loved ones, and they're very worried. I mean, Israel has been leveling buildings and killing entire families. So, you know, everyone's on edge right now. I mean, I'm on edge. We don't know how to feel right now. We're overwhelmed with emotions, and I pray for my people. I pray for, you know, civilians on both sides, civilian casualties. I mean, their lives are valued just as much. So, I mean, we have to, yeah, of course.
Thank you for your time. We really appreciate it. And as we continue walking down the street here, why don't we take video so we could show you what things look like from the other side, from the Israeli side. Can you tell me if we're playing that video there? Because they're also here in Fort Lauderdale, walking, rallying, protesting as well up and down these streets here. There's a lot of police presence, as you can all see and imagine, but we did also talk to someone as they were rallying around. Why don't we take that sound?
I think that the reality is Hamas makes billions and billions of dollars from perpetuating this war. They're subjected to the propaganda from their side, the miseducation, they're raised in hate. Hamas, as long as there's death, they make billions and billions of dollars.
So there you have it from the other side. Again, this is years and years of going back and forth between these two regions, between this fight over territory. With all of that being said, here in South Florida, obviously we are in America, and there's so many Americans who have ties to Israel, to Palestine. So right now we are going to toss it back to you in the studio so we can continue following this group here and bring you more later tonight. For now, we're live in Fort Lauderdale. Elitza Bezios, 7 News.
And with that, stay with 7 News for continuing coverage on the war in the Middle East. We will have updates for you on air, online, and of course, our social media platforms.